Mike, and welcome to the bandsaw. So, I have a fun little project this week. I bought these really cheap screwdrivers because I needed a screwdriver or something and I forgot to bring them. And I like the feel of these handles. They're cheap, rubbery and plastic. But I have access to power tools and a lathe. So let's remake these cheap handles to nice ash ones, shall we? Make these cheap tools heirlooms. Let's roll the intro.
I have this really nice block of Irish ash that came from a felled tree. It's been in my dad's workshop for years, so that's what I'm going to make these handles out of. Now, this is not my chop saw, it's my dad's, and it doesn't quite have the depth to cut the whole way through. So you'll see here I flip it over and make that final cut, and then it's off to the bandsaw. I'm just sizing these as a bit bigger, maybe 3 or 4 mil bigger than the handles themselves, to give me a little bit of slack in order to turn them. And then, as you've seen before, I go along and mark my center points. Now, in this case, I don't happen to have a brad awl close to hand. The workshop is in a bit of a mess, so I just use a nail to create my center point. And then we are off to my favorite tool, the lathe. So here we are at the lathe, and when I'm replicating something, I like to have it in my eye line, make it easier to replicate, so I've just stuck a few nails here and hung this. Now if you look at these examples that I have of screwdriver handles, this is an Acpo vintage one. Has this long ferrule, and this is replication one. That's the word I'm looking for. What's the word? Replica. This is a replica. They both have these ferrules, so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to remove this foremost plastic piece and turn this here into the ferrule area. So that's what I'm matching. I have this yoked up in my lathe. You may have seen this lathe in another video. I have it up here, my wood turning 101. Unlike the lathe that I use in my own workshop, this is the real McCoy. This is, well, I love this thing. So, you could start by taking the edges off here, but I'm just going around it from the square with a nice bit of music as this square piece turns into something beautiful. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you need to be very careful not to have any loose pieces sticking off your cloth when you're turning, because something like that could happen. And I've been turning since I was 12, so just keep an eye out. I'm just finishing it off here then with the sawdust that I cut off it. This is what's known as burnishing and gives a superior finish. Well, that's one done. 2 more to go. And this ash look lovely. So, we're all done, and I've left the end and the dead center hole here. And the reason for that is to give me something to clamp to. The dead center will give me the center, so I can put the shank in here. So I have that set up here at the drill press, and we'll do that for all of them. Then we get to break some stuff. So I forgot to hit record when I was cutting the copper pipe for the ferrules, as you can see by my happy face here. But I just use the copper pipe cutting tool with an image of it up here. Then just clean the bar off on the inside. You just tap them into place and sand them down, and you're good to go. I'll just flush it up with my belt sander, and now it's time for a bit of breaking. Now I am sure there's a perfectly safe and easy way of removing this plastic handle, but you know what it isn't? The fun way. We're nearly at the end of the road. Last thing I've done here, we have our shanks. You can see these shanks have a little spade. That's what's always in these plastic ones to stop it spinning, but we'll leave it for the timber one. It did the same job. You can see also about an inch I've roughed it up, because we're going to put these in with 2-part epoxy. So let's do that. I always forget to take the fucking spoon out. Now it's only a matter of waiting for this epoxy to dry. You can call out the ends. We are ourselves some what's the word? Screwdrivers, that's it. Really call them chisels, I don't know why, but there you go. So, let's give them a test, shall we? No slippage. Very indeed. Like it. Let's try the other flat one with the brass screw. Yeah, this feels really comfortable in the hand. Finally, the modeling screw. Oh, it's a little bit small. It gets a little bit thicker. Or screw to be small, a little bit thicker. Perfect. Tech screw. Yeah, I'm happy enough with those. Well, thank you as always for staying to the end of the video. This is just kind of just a bit of fun. I was at home and I had access to the good lathe, so I decided to do this. But yeah, these do, make a £6 set of screwdrivers look a hell of a lot better, and it was a lot of fun. So, thank you again. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and absolutely do try this at home.